Welcome to 712 Prince Drive. This beautiful home was once my great-grandmother's Hattie Gash, AKA Big Ma's home. And I took it upon myself to go ahead and renovate it and get it up to date and new. What we did with this home is painted it. The original color was a tan color with white. And we went ahead and painted this darker blue and highlighted everything with the white and did an accent door. Did the yellow for the accent door. And we're not finished with our lawn yet, but what we're doing here is we will be removing these bushes here, adding a 14 by 8 deck that will come off and wrap back around to the parking area. So we sort of stop right here until we get that deck in. We did plant a small tree here, a Japanese maple. It's gonna be real beautiful when it grows in. We reseeded the grass so we can get that growing back in from where we had a shipping container where we stored all of our stuff while we fixed the house up. We have this nice accent door here, and we didn't want to take away from this, so we did not put a screen door. But what we did put was a retractable screen door. So that way, if you're inside and you want to open the door and let some air in, you just close this and it'll keep the bugs and insects from coming in, but you'll still get your air. But when you're not using it, it just retracts right back. And now you got your beautiful door. Here's the side of the house. This is the door that comes from the kitchen and the living room. As you can see, it already had a awning over it, so we just touched it up, left it the same. We added the new electrical, the new lights outside, which is the same in the front yard. We still got to do some lawn care here, which we're going to get to, and we will be slabbing this all the way over pretty soon. This was our new riser that we put in for the electrical because it was a little low. It was hanging about 6 feet off the ground, but we finally got that raised up and it's looking good. We added electrical outlets on all 3 sides of the house, the front, side, and back. If you come around this way, you can see we painted everything blue with trim white around the windows. Our brand new air conditioning unit, our electrical outlets that we put in. This is our crawl space access, which we now have lights in, so you can get in there, turn on the lights, and you're not in the dark. And then as you can see, we added this beautiful shed, which is the same color as the house. So those are the main additions that we added to the outside. And so now let's take a look on the inside and see all the upgrades we've done in here. And welcome to the inside of Casa de la Prince Drive. As you can see, we talked about this beautiful door and the glass. As you can see how the sun prisms through the glass. I put this same door in my house and I love that effect when the sun's shining through it and you get that prism effect. I'm a big sun guy, so I love the sun coming through the windows and everything else. So yeah, we went with that door just for that. And so this takes us into our living room. So we come in the main door and we come into this nice spacious living room. So prior to us renovating, there was actually a closet here. So there was a closet here. We took that closet out and we added a TV area here. Plus we have our AC vent and controller here. So you can have up to a 55-inch TV on this wall, and that gives you space throughout the rest of the living room. You can have a sectional or a love seat and a couch and a table. Before, it was a little bit smaller in here, but by moving this back, it gives you way more space in the living room. And that takes us to the creme de la creme of the house, the kitchen. So here used to be a wall. So we had a wall from here to about here. And that separated the living room from the kitchen, which made the living room very small. So we took this wall out, put in a 2x6 beam here, and opened this whole wall up, which now gives you tons of space in the living room, and opened up the kitchen and gives way more light, because with that wall here, there wasn't much light getting through at all. So that brings us to this beautiful kitchen with brand new stainless steel appliances. We went with the farm sink. You know what, I just did it because I wanted to do it. I didn't have to, but I liked it. So I said, why not put one in? It comes with the cutting board, comes with the strainer tray thing, and I mean all kinds of inserts and nice things that I just feel would be nice to have in the kitchen. So yeah, we added this dishwasher. So we have a Frigidaire dishwasher here that we added. Before there wasn't anything here. There was a trash can here, and our electrical panel was actually on this wall prior, but we removed the electrical panel and moved it to this wall, and then put a cabinet here to give us more storage, added the dishwasher because there wasn't a dishwasher before, and then we put in these beautiful granite countertops. The wife and I came to a conclusion on this. The good thing about working with my wife, we have the same taste. So it was very simple to pick out things, because if she liked it, I liked it, and if I liked it, she liked it. So like when I picked out the sink, she didn't know, but when she saw, she was like, oh yeah, I love it. So we put in the backsplash, which we had two choices. I asked her which one she liked the best. She said this one, and this is the one I want to pick anyway. So we went with that backsplash, and it just ties in the gray with the light gray on the walls, and then the white cabinets with the white baseboards and crown molding throughout. We have our Frigidaire microwave range top and our Frigidaire side by side, brand new. Haven't even taken the plastic off of anything yet. We'll let somebody else do that, that's too much work. We added the corner cabinet over here. We have the two cabinets here. Then we have our corner cabinet. And then we added a Lazy Susan. And that is, I mean, if I could have put one of these in my home, I would have. They are to die for. Of course, we got our silverware drawer here, another drawer here for whatever. And yeah, so we ended up with way more cabinet space than we had in here previously, even though we added to the kitchen. And the biggest addition we had is this pantry here. So this pantry gives us way more cabinet space for a lot of things where we didn't have that before. Before, our refrigerator was actually here against this wall when the wall was still there. But yeah, opened it up, added in the recessed lighting to brighten it up, which is so bright in here. It looks great at night in here. So this is actually the back door that comes into the kitchen and living room. And what we did in order to add light to the entire area, we had the window here, we got rid of this wall, which opened this up, and we added this beautiful door with the built-in shades. So, I mean, I love that. I actually need to put one of these at my house, because I mean, you get all the light in, block the light out. I think that was a great addition, just to let light in. And you can tell when I moved this how much light's coming in, where before it was just completely dark in here. All right, so as you can see, we put in brand new sheetrock. What we had here before was this old paneling. You can only imagine this house was built in the 1960s. it was some old brown paneling. And on the inside, there was no insulation. There was actually a sheet of tin was the insulation. So this whole house had zero insulation outside of the brick and a very extreme, almost like tin foil on the inside of the walls. So we had to upgrade all of that. We put in brand new insulation and everything. And the temperature it maintains itself way better now that we've done that. So for the electrical, we actually had to gut all the electrical in the house, and my contractor put in all new runs for all the electrical and all the cable and everything else. His work was impeccable. I mean, it looked great. I'm very OCD when it comes to organization and running your wires and cable management, and it looked amazing what he did when he put in the electrical wiring. So you come back into the living room, recessed lights. We got our fan up above, 6 fan blades, moves a lot of air. Man, I turn it on and it's silent, but it's pushing a lot of air in here. That takes us to our hallway. It's a small hallway. You really don't even need to call it a hallway, it's a little pass through. But this is a small 620 square foot home. Well, considered a tiny home for what it is. But what we did was we added a stacked washer and dryer. It protrudes a little bit, but we felt it would be better to have it so people don't have to go anywhere to wash clothes. You're not gonna be spending a lot of time right here anyway. So it's a LG. So it has all the bells and whistles. And yeah, so that's a hallway. We added our can light here to have lighting. Lights here, so we can have lighting over the TV going into here. And then that takes us into the one bathroom that we have. Now, the bathroom is a treat. We really went all out for this bathroom. So first of all, we started off with this vanity with the granite top. It's similar to what was in the kitchen, but it actually came standard with the vanity. We got all Kohler faucets, toilet paper holders, towel racks, washcloth holder, and shower fixtures. All that stuff is Kohler. We went with these nice LED vanity lights over our big 30-inch mirror to give more space when you have a bigger mirror. Then with the lighting also, we have our Bluetooth new tone light in this thing here. So first you have your light, but then you have colors. It's LED, so you can actually, whatever mood you're in for the day, I advise you to wake up on yellow because yellow's a happy color. But you can sit there and you can cycle through whatever color you want, and it's beautiful. I love it. So of course you can go back to your regular light. Then we added the can light, recessed light to the shower. Now with the shower, before there was a window here. We did away with that window and just put in these glass blocks. I mean, it's thick. You can knock somebody out with it. It was heavy. And so that way you can't really see through it. If you're outside looking, you can't see in through it. And then we went with the subway tile. That was a wife's choice. She's like, hey, just do subway tile. And I was like, okay, sounds good to me. My addition to that was this mosaic pattern that we put through the middle. And then on this side, we put in a niche. That was another addition that I put in. And we put the mosaic tile inside of that niche. And that way you can hold your shampoos, your razors and all that good stuff there. So the bathroom turned out amazing. I am truly thrilled with how it turned out. And then for our toilet, we went with the 2 flush. So if you're doing a number 1, you push the 1 with the 1. You're doing number 2, you push the 1 with the 2. And that helps you with your water consumption. You don't have to use too much water if you're doing one, and two gives you enough water to make sure you're not clogged up. One of the issues we did have when we did this home was there was a gaping hole in the backside of the toilet and up under the tub from where it dry rotted from water. Also in the kitchen, it sort of, the sink in the kitchen linked as well, and since this is a wet wall, this is where all the plumbing for the kitchen and bathroom is, we had some damage to some of the framing that we had to go in and reinforce and replace, as well as the flooring. So on the floor, we have this nice porcelain floor that we did. We did the big 12 by, I think it's 12 by 24s, if I'm correct. It might be 8 by 12s, maybe 8 by 12s. But anyway, we put these in. It's very nice. It matches everything with the grays, with the whites. It just matches the theme of the home. And I love the way it came out, and especially goes well with the hexagon mosaic tile that we put on the backsplash. So then that brings us into room number 2. This is the smaller of the bedrooms. We have carpet, well, the nice gray with a hint of blue in it. And we went with our 4-blade ceiling fans, LED lights. And we have remote controls that control all of those. So you can turn your lights on and off with your remote control, and you can turn your fans on and off with the remote control. You never have to turn anything else up. No strings. Remember the old ones where you have to pull the string to turn them on? No more of that. We have a smaller closet in this bedroom, and we have a rack, the top rack for longer clothes or whatever, shirts, and your lower rack for pants and whatnot. And if you have children, you know, you can put your smaller children's clothes on the lower one and the older on the top, or vice versa. But we went with the 2 racks in here just to minimize the amount of closet space you have. So that's it for this bedroom. And then I guess on the way out, when you're walking out, you can take a better look at the washer and dryer. I mean, it lights up. It does everything except to cook your food for you. So actually you can control it with your iPhone and everything else. So yeah, I love that. LG makes great products. So going into the final bedroom, which is the master. As you can see with the doorknobs, we didn't want to just put basic doorknobs on the doors. So these actually match the knobs on the front and back doors. They have more of a, an aged bronze? It just makes it look better. All of our doors are solid core. That way it stops sound, soundproofing. We actually do have insulation on the interior walls, which I didn't even know we could do, but we had extra in my contract just put it in the wall, and I said, hey, sounds good to me. Again, we have the same type of ceiling fan as we did in the other bedroom. In this one, because we removed the closet in the living room, we decided to bring this closet out about 3 feet. And in doing that, it gives us this walk-in closet, which we have a mirror. So I know women love having their mirror, so here you go. You ain't gotta hang one. Your door is the mirror. We bumped this out and this came out great. Roomy, you can get plenty of clothes here, plenty of shoes. You can set up bins, all kinds of things. So before it was a very small closet, but this made it a lot more spacious. The light in there so you don't feel like you're in the dark trying to hunt your clothes. Came out great. I'm happy with how that turned out. Another thing that we've done in this house to bring it up is we added our central air and heat. Before we had window units for AC, and we had a gas propane heater for the winter. But now, as you can see in the floor, we've added our ductwork, and now we have central AC and heating. We also replaced the roof on the house. There actually was 3 layers of shingles on the roof where they just kept putting shingles on top of shingles. So they took that off, put down brand new shingles, and we have a brand new roof. This house was built in 1963. It was my great-grandmother's house. This is my first flip. And since it is my great-grandmother's home, we're fixing it and renting it. We're doing a fix and rent instead of a fix and flip. We're not selling it. We're gonna hold on to it. It's a family home. I'm truly blessed to have it and glad that we had the opportunity to renovate it. And we look forward to doing the next renovations. So that's all I have for you. I'll leave you with some shots of the house to look at, and we'll see you in the next home renovation. Thanks.